What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you coming about Terence Bud Crawford. And I've been saying this for 2 years now, 3 years, 2.5 years, that Terence Crawford is the truth. You know, he basically embarrassed a golden Olympian last night, and he did so by just using his boxing fundamentals, and he's just so versatile. That Felix Diaz, which was a good contender. I mean, a lot of people, this was another question mark. Like, what will he do against that guy with that kind of style? That guy that that likes to work the body, that likes to move forward, that likes to press the issue. That aggressive type fighter like Diaz is. And, I think that he beat Lamont Peterson, by the way. But, Terence made easy work of him and made him stop in the 10th. Honestly, I think it should have been stopped in the 9th because Diaz, he did catch him with a couple lefts. But Terence, again, proves he has a pretty good chin amongst having all that definite skill. So, again, he's the truth. I've been saying it. I have him third or fourth on pound for pound. And actually, I would have him above Lomachenko now simply because he's done more. Lomachenko has done a lot with his short professional career. But Terence Bud Crawford is the guy that has proven to be on the top pound for pound. Everyone talks about Errol Spence Jr. as the truth. I think it's Terence Crawford because Errol Spence still has to get through Kell Brook. And to touch a little small on that, he hasn't been tested the way he should. I know the fight's happening. I know it's happening within a week from now. However, that particular fight could go either way because I see someone strong, hungry, like Spence is, fighting a guy like Kell Brook. But I think the same reasons he could win is the same reasons that could get him in trouble. He could be too eager to prove a point, too eager to rip those shots to the body and get countered upstairs with a catch and shoot from Kell Brook. So it could, in between those times, his eagerness and his desire could probably leave him vulnerable to getting countered and hurt because, Errol Spence, he's been tagged before, but has he been tagged by a guy that can punch like Kell Brook with the skill that he has? So it's a 50-50 fight. So he still has to prove himself. But Terence Bud Crawford, he's done it time and time again. He did it with Diaz. He did it with Paul Stahl. He did it with Gamboa. He's taken these guys out. Lundy. All these guys that think they're something. Made Danny Garcia run from 140. Yes, I said it. That's why Danny Garcia left. It was because of Terence Crawford was still there. And I just thought it was just real cowardly how he ran, and his father, after they made it to 147, then wanted to talk smack. Oh, you blue black, and you this, you that, you ugly, you this, that, and the other. But you didn't want to fight him at 140, though. So that leaves him with Pacquiao. He called out Pacquiao. He called out Thurman. He called out Ugongo, right? And Ugongo has the other 2 belts. I don't really know about that. I think, honestly, I feel that Terence should just move to 147 because Manny's not going to want him at he's not going to want him at any weight. And it would be a big mistake for someone like Manny Pacquiao with his awesome career to go in there with Terence Crawford. I believe that. I believe he won't fight. I believe he'll fight Jeff Horn, and I hope he retires, because, go out on the good note. That's what I thought he was going to do when he fought Bradley or, and did a great performance with that, or Jesse Vargas. So, but Terence Crawford is the truth, and I do look for a super fight at 147. I have him beating Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, I see Keith Thurman at a time where he's one of those type fighters. He beats the average fighter or knocks out the average fighter. But if you notice when he moves up in skill, like a lot of these fighters, when the skill set is raised, the knockout, you don't see the knockouts. You don't see the one time, right? You see a decision. You know, I mean, look at Sean Porter. Look at Danny Garcia. You know, and like he beat Danny Garcia, but you know, not like everyone thought he was going to do. You know what I mean? He goes in there with someone like Terence Crawford. The guy's tall. He's rangy. He's quick. He has power. He's mean. The dude gets pissed in there. You know, and a lot of times he was playing with Felix Diaz. And a lot of times I think he wanted to, like, he was throwing those pat jabs because I think he wanted to spare him. Because he could have got him out of there easily and I think a lot faster. But, you know, he knows how to turn it on and he knows how to turn it off in that fight. And it was a very good fight, and he just showcased his skills. And everyone from 140 to 147, maybe even 154, should actually take heed of Terence Crawford, because that is going to be the guy that's going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. That's going to be, or the next Roy Jones, when Roy Jones was just stopping everyone simply because his skill is that definite. You know, like Sean Porter, Timothy Bradley, you know, guys like that. You know, I don't see any of those guys beating him. You know, I would like to see him fight someone like Lamont Peterson. You know, a guy like that, like a gatekeeper kind of guy that's still around. You know, but he's like a fight from falling from grace himself. But I would like to see him move up and fight someone like Lamont Peterson. You know, someone like Algieri now. You know, Amir Khan and Terence Crawford would be a good fight, but I'd have Terence Crawford beating him. But it would be speed versus speed. But Paul Stahl had speed too, right? And look what happened to him. You know, Terence Crawford just had too much skill, along with the speed, along with the power, along with the aggression. So, I really see Terence Crawford doing a lot in the sport of boxing. And he should just leave 140. I don't think that it's necessary to even unify the belts, you know. But he is an humble guy, you know what I mean? But he tells it how it is. He's not a guy that, if you notice, he's not really programmed to say things like other fighters. You know, when Max Kellerman asked him last night, you know, hey, you know, did you just turn southpaw to show them that you can beat him at his own game? He was like, I did it because I wanted to do it. You know, I mean, you know, that's how it was. I mean, that's why he did it. You know, that was his honest reason why. You know, I just did it because I wanted to. I do what I want to do in the ring. You know what I mean? That was no, you know, he does it and he can, and he did. He did it very well. So, man, this, So, I mean, him calling out Thurman, I am interested into seeing what Thurman has to say about Terence Crawford, because, you know, Thurman, again, is, you know, one of the front runners from another super fight that could or could not happen, you know, between either out of Kell Brook or Earl Spence. So, you know, but you throw Terence Crawford in the mix, you know, so I think he does need to earn his keep, starting, you know, whacking guys, you know, climbing those stairs. You know, because when you come to a new division, you know you have to establish yourself in the division. So I think that he could fight someone like Porter. He could fight someone like again I said, Lamont Peterson. You know, Khan, to get himself established in the 147-pound rankings. So it would be good. You know, that would be very good. You know, so initially I do foresee Earl Spence in there with Terence Crawford. You know, so that would probably be the next super fight at welterweight. But yeah, he's a treat to see, and a lot of people overlook him. You know, a lot of people talk about Canelos and the Golovkins, and you know, and even, you know, the Joshuas now. The heavyweight division is alive and kicking. You know, so but you don't really hear a lot about Terence Crawford, but you will on this channel, and he's a force to be reckoned with. He's a hell of a fighter. He's an humble guy. And he has magnificent skill. So, you know, but you guys just tell me what you think about it. And you all have been Counterpunch. Peace.